driving. So, but I remember when I was younger or growing up, people used to always tell me that I had an attitude, or that I used to have an attitude problem. I didn't used to never think that I did, just past the church. I used to never think that I did, but I mean, sometimes they say other people, see certain things that you don't see. My philosophy of that, or understanding of that, is sometimes people see in you something that they see in themselves, that they might not want to recognize. But I think to my lifetime and to the things that I've learned now that I'm 38 years old, I didn't have an attitude. Until this day, I don't have an attitude. I have a gainitude. That's what I want to call it, a gainitude, because there is a lot of things in life, that I'm here to gain. I'm here to grow, to evolve, to resolve the mental, resolve my mind, and resolve a lot of the things that, my mind was stuck on. So another thing, that's why I guess that's when I discovered my passion of being a public speaker, because that basically came about everything that I have learned, not just that I've learned, but that I've actually gone through myself. And any individual that's out there, whether it's Anthony Robbins, whether it's T. Harv Eker, whether it's Robert Kiyosaki, whether it's any artist, any writer, anyone out there that actually is doing something, they pretty much overcame something. A lot of times they just don't talk about it, and being a public speaker, we pretty much tell our story. We tell our story, explain exactly how we overcame our story, or overcame what we call our story. You have to rewrite your story, in your book. What chapter do you want to play in your story? But of course that's a different subject, or that's a different training, should I say. But I guess what made me make this video, and I haven't made it in a long time. I haven't posted nothing in a long time because I've actually been doing a lot of things behind the scenes. And for some reason, people think that you're supposed to always put something out on social media. I don't post everything. I don't post all of my every moves and every steps and every moment, of my day. But if I'm doing some type of focus group, or if I'm talking to someone, I do share my story, and then I kind of go from there, and there's really nothing special about me. I guess to others it depends on what you want to see or how you want to see it. The only thing that I basically did is, I've read so many books. I've actually read so many books. I've attended seminars through the years due to network marketing. I worked on my mind. I worked on myself. I worked on becoming humble and stop being so angry, from age 21 to 25. I had to overcome a lot of mental stiffness. I was suicidal, back in my early 20s. And of course, I had a cousin that committed suicide. So I focused very heavily on making sure that I'm always developing my mindset, developing myself, helping develop others or whomever that I come across with, sharing my love, sharing my spirit, sharing God, through every conversation, through every single person that I, give a handshake to, and I was told, I just recently I had received a message that sort of like bothered me, had me in my feelings, because people feel as though because I do some type of public speaking that I'm supposed to just be out there, I guess, blurting my business or putting stuff out there, when it's actually on the contrary, you know what I mean? But it's okay. Being a public speaker, as I say, it has to do with, just to me, is speaking out loud, you know what I mean? A person that deals with mental issues, basically have the same exact thing that someone said before, event or tragic event or words, and it just keep repeating itself, in their head. I always give a story about this gentleman that it was this older gentleman that lost his wife, and it was very hurtful. They was together for like 72 plus years. And every time in the funeral, every time somebody walked past him, they'll always give him a pat on the shoulder, in the same exact right shoulder, through the whole, just say 35 people, pat him on September 17, just say of 2015, on the right hand shoulder. So every time you come across someone, this year now, 2018, when so many years have passed, and somebody taps him on his right shoulder, the first thing that brings it to his mind is the death of his wife. And that's sometimes how things become repetition in our mindset, due to habit, due to actions, due to words, doesn't matter what it is. So I will continue to grow. I will continue to share love. I will continue to do all of the right things, in order for me to keep developing myself. I can't keep doing the same thing and expect a different result. You know what I mean? That's the reason, yes. I mean, of course, I work a 9 to 5, I work a job. But, faith without work is dead. So you have to start where you have to start from, while I'm still doing, the things that I'm doing on the side. And, school is about to start back again. So I'm kind of happy that, my speaking engagements are going to start back up again, because I love doing that. I love speaking to people. So, this is just me in the early AM on my way to work, wanting to say hello, wanting to say that, April is still basically April. You know what I mean? It's just a 2.0 April, you know what I mean? Upgrading at every time. Look at it as a computer, a cell phone. A cell phone, for example. People change cell phones, they upgrade cell phones like I do not know what, every time. So guess what? I will stay with the same exact phone. You can ask people that know me. I will stay with that phone for a long time. But one thing that I will continue to freaking upgrade and develop is my mindset and myself. Have a good day, y'all. I know I love y'all from the bottom of my heart. And I'm going to still beat y'all ass. Bye.